Hello and welcome to the Final Frontiersmen, a YouTube show about all things Trek. I'm Jeremy,
And I'm Bill.
and we're here to talk about Strange New Worlds, Episode 8, The Elysian Kingdom. I had a really good time with this episode.
It was just a good time all around, yeah.
That's all it was. It was really simple, it was straightforward, and all that fun stuff. So
After a few heavy episodes in a row, it was nice to
Yes.
just let loose
a palate
and
cleanser.
enjoy.
It was a
Yeah,
palate cleanser.
that's what it was. That's exactly what it was, yeah.
Last episode we get Cybok, which was a major thing, and then another
Yeah.
tone shift to like, all right, this episode.
Yeah.
So it was
Yeah.
fun. So I want to just hop right into it. So what we're going to do is going to be a spoiler-filled review. So in the event you've not seen the episode yet, I encourage you to go watch the episode, then come back
Please
and
do.
we can have our discussion about it then. So as we talk about this particular episode, if we see some things in the show that we feel that we really want to call attention to, that we really enjoyed, we're going to refer to those as red alerts. Okay? And then if we see something that is foreshadowing and something to watch out for in future episodes, we're going to refer to those as yellow alerts. And if canon has changed and things have happened and just something's just
major.
way out there that it's going to bend space and time, we're going to refer to that as a black alerts. All right?
Yeah. If Cybok comes back, that's probably going to be a black.
You know, and
That's all
I'm
I'm saying.
rethinking it. We probably need to should have called Cybok a black alert, maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking about the two. I think it just, when something gets changed so much, it's so hard to realize that,
Yes.
yeah, that's a black alert, isn't it? It's just,
It really is.
black alerts represent something that's breaking time and space. So when time and space is broken, how do you know it?
Exactly. When do you know it? But this is about episode 8,
Yeah.
the Elysian Kingdom.
Yes.
Bill, tell us about this episode.
Yeah, real briefly, it's a pretty simple episode, so I summarize it pretty simply. I'll just say that the episode starts, we see the Enterprise finishing up a long and exhausting scan of the Genesian Nebula. And in the same time, Dr. Mbenga, he's still reading to his terminally ill daughter, Rukia. He's reading the same book that he's been reading, a fairy tale called The Elysian Kingdom. But then the Enterprise, at this time, when they're finished with the scan, they're unable to leave from this nebula. They run into all these issues. And simultaneously, when Dr. Mbenga comes to the bridge to help Ortegas, who's been injured because the ship can't make it, and they basically just get slapped around when they try to use their engines, he arrives on the bridge to discover that all of the crewmates have become characters from the book he was reading, and the Enterprise itself is decked out like someone's doing a low budget performance of the Elysian Kingdom. But we are then treated to a wonderful fairy tale of familiar characters in unfamiliar roles, and we get the most fun and a touching episode of Strange New Worlds yet.
Yes, we really, really did. This is the first episode of Strange New Worlds that caused me to have an emotional effect on me.
Yeah.
Like, by the end of the
Yes,
episode, I was that was like, I'm not crying, you're crying situation.
Yeah.
that was really, really something for sure.
Yeah.
The beginning of the episode was really good. I have enjoyed watching Mbenga and his daughter and that little interaction. I like to bring up my wife has kind of eye rolled at that story for a while. She's just like, this is dumb. And everybody's entitled to their opinion and all that. It was different. That's all I was saying. I didn't really have a whole lot to it. I expected that story to drag out much longer than it did, though.
Yeah, same. I was surprised they pretty much wrapped up the whole Mbenga daughter story in the first season, even before the first season's done. So
Right.
I really think it didn't need to be stretched out too much longer.
Yeah.
So
I'm happy.
I wish we would have seen her a little bit more.
Yeah,
just
sure.
to make it maybe feel maybe a little bit more in the episode. And there's actually something I want to touch on, and I say this in every video, like I'll talk about later, and then we never do.
No, we never do.
So maybe I should actually bring it up now.
Sure.
So I'm going to bring up the point now. Like it just like we mentioned before back in the Amok Time video, that I thought was really odd that Mbenga leaves his daughter behind on the ship to go fly fishing, and then Una and Lan, they're using the transporter in sickbay to play games to regenerate the flavor of gum in there, when Una's the only one that knows that his daughter is still in the pattern buffer.
Right.
So it felt so weird. Like, why would they do that? It felt almost like they ignored the fact that she was part of his story, his backstory. It's almost like they forgot. Now, I bring this up because just right now, like moments before we start recording, I said I want to look for something I briefly saw on Reddit, and I just have the page open up now to look at this. So the star date in the Elysian Kingdom was 2341.6.
Okay.
And the star date in Amok Time, or Spartan Amok Time, we're going way back, Spock Amok was 2341.4. It's the exact same star date, but with a different point, so a slightly different day. But Elysian Kingdom is after that. But still, it felt almost as if Spock Amok was taking place after Elysian Kingdom was happening. So it felt almost as if it was filmed in a different order than it was aired, because I don't think Una would have played around knowing that his daughter's in there. And then you look at the star dates, but I mean, just like, I mean, Strange New Worlds is really adhering to the original series, where the star dates make no sense at all if you look at them.
Yeah, I've never tried to make any sense out of the star dates.
TOS star dates make no sense, and these make no sense either if you're looking at it. But the fact that those two share the same exact star date is really odd compared to the rest. So it's possible they were meant to be aired in reverse order.
It's possible
that his daughter would already be gone, and then this happened. So that I'm just throwing it out there, but I don't know if that's true. Okay, I actually said something I wanted to say instead of forgetting about it by the end of the episode.
And I'll call out, it's just, maybe the episodes were meant to air in reverse order. That's very possible. I'll call out. There's a podcast that Garrett Wong, who plays Harry Kim, and from Voyager, him and
Robbie McNeil.
Robert Downey McNeil. They do together, and it is so fascinating. We watching it on this side of the TV have some perspective of things, and we're looking for the star dates and all those fun things, like, wait, this happened, I'm trying to make sense out of it, and listening to it from their side, they're like, look, here's what happened. And it's so funny to hear that and realize, oh my god, like there was an episode of Voyager, and I'm not going to pinpoint it, but the aliens had basic Earth guns, if you watch, and it's like, why would they do that? That doesn't make any sense. And the real reason was the guns didn't show up that morning. So there's like, oh God, we're shooting. We have to do something right now. So, and it's almost humbling to see, like, wow, this is okay. I get it now. But anyway, at the beginning of the episode, I really enjoyed watching Mbenga working at his station. I really enjoyed that. That was just fun watching him.
The experiments,
the mixing and all that. That was just fun for me.
Definitely, it was nice seeing him do work as a doctor and like show his research that he's getting into, trying to find the cure for his daughter.
Yes,
I actually thought the explosion when the fumes went in his face, I thought that was going to be the kickstart of the story. Like maybe he's hallucinating. But no, it turned out to be entirely different.
It was. Now, of course, I have to give a shout out. I'm going to take one more step backwards here, because I moved to the him working, but when he was reading the book,
Yeah,
and I don't know if you've got the notes. Yeah, I'm going to take this one. I'm taking this one. He's closing the book.
Here it comes.
If you want to go ahead and call the red alert, or I will too.
Do a yellow alert.
Do a yellow alert. We're
going to
skip that.
on that one.
Okay, a yellow alert.
It is awesome, but maybe this could build to something more. Yeah.
But we see the writer was Benny Russell.
Yeah.
We saw Benny Russell, who was Benjamin Sisko in the Deep Space Nine episode "Far Beyond the Stars."
Yeah, that was such a nice little twist. Now I mean, Benny Russell, he wrote sci-fi stories in that, but still, the fact that he's now writing another book that is in this universe, it's so weird. And after that happened, I was looking up some things about Benny Russell, and on Memory Alpha, there was a mention that there was an idea at the end of Deep Space Nine that they were going to end the final episode, What You Leave Behind, showing Benny Russell like on a movie set or a soundstage holding a script for Deep Space Nine, and it was going to be like almost the whole thing, and all the Star Trek in relation was just his fiction.
Just his fiction,
But they of course scrapped that idea. But I like the fact that they're still connecting it, and it gives me hope. That's why I want it to be yellow alert. It gives me hope that maybe they'll find a way to connect Benny Russell, Benjamin Sisko into this somewhere else along the line as the franchise goes on, that it's more than just an Easter egg, but maybe it could be potentially open the door.
I see that. Yeah, I could definitely see that as a yellow alert thing. Something to watch out for, because that was such a nice touch. That was such a nice touch. Yeah. Very, very nice.
I would have loved it better if they had a picture of the author on the back of the book, though. And
I agree.
I miss Sisko so bad.
Yes, I do. I do too. I do too. But
yellow alert. That was awesome.
That was good.
It's as awesome as a red alert, but I'm hoping it's a pay attention, keep this in mind moment. But I doubt it. I think it's just a nice Easter egg.
Probably not. But something we can
fingers
watch
crossed.
for.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, something we can watch for. So as the story moves on and it gets into the hallucination, the vision, when M'Benga walks out on, I want to say we started on the bridge. He walks out on the bridge, and everyone has changed right there. Yeah. And I keep bringing up the costumes and how the set is set up. Yeah, could you not get any more TOS than this right here? Of just this, not just the set and the costumes, but now the story. This absurd story. Yeah. So and I'm okay with calling it absurd because that's what it is.
It is. But it's good.
But it's so good. Fun. That is exactly.
And Star Trek has those goofy episodes, those fun episodes where the characters can just let loose, the cast can let loose and have fun and play something completely out there. Yeah, and this was one of them, and it was so good. But the costumes, did they honestly make these costumes just for this one episode?
You know they did. They did, right?
Like, they are amazing for a one-use thing.
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
Astounding.
Yeah, they really were.
Even my chair is screaming. It's so excited over here. It's just making all these loud noises.
You could not get any more TOS than this. If you had told me that this was a missing episode from TOS and just changed all the characters to the TOS characters, I would have believed you. Every bit of it.
It was beautiful, and it looked right.
The costumes again looking good, and when I've always heard from the actors doing episodes like this, they have so much fun, and
they looked like they were having fun.
Yeah, Anson Mount looked like he was having a blast with this episode.
And he was hilarious.
Not this person that I've known.
It's cowardly, like sniveling guy.
Yes, he was fantastic.
Sells out everyone for his own life. But I have to say first, La'an as the singing princess Talia. Yes. Could she be further away from the tight security officer that she is?
No, far from it.
Oh my god, that was so good. But you know who I'm about to call.
I'm about to call. You got her. You've been wanting more of her, and you got her.
It still doesn't satisfy me completely, but God,
because it wasn't her.
It wasn't even her.
It wasn't her, but you got her.
It was her form.
Yes.
But I want a red alert on this.
Okay.
Can you give me a red alert?
Absolutely, we got
Ortegas as the knight and her sword fight, especially. I love that cocky dueling sword fight she did. Steals the sword off the enemy and just goes all out on them. And I've been wanting more Ortegas.
Yes.
And we kind of got it.
We did.
Still, like you said, it's not really her.
But we got
not
her.
Not really Ortegas, but it's her body.
Yes.
who is performing this.
Absolutely.
So
she did a good job. She did a great job. Anson Mount did a good job in those performances.
But who did the best job? Would you say that, Jeremy?
Wow.
I think I know who you'll be calling.
Definitely. And that was going to be one of my red alerts too.
If it wasn't going to be yours, it was going to be mine.
I want to gush over Himmer for a bit. Yeah, I'm calling a red alert on Himmer's magical performance. That when he pulled out the communicator.
Yeah. Oh, there
it is. And did his magic trick.
Yeah. Full theatrics.
Yeah. He was in my top 10 of Star Trek characters already, and he's moved up to the top 5 immediately. I love that because that is some dumb, stupid stuff that I would do.
Yeah. Definitely. And I'm sure we're going to be seeing more of that from your character in the Star Trek Adventures role-playing game in the future.
Oh, absolutely.
You're getting inspiration now.
Yes, that attitude from that guy, I love so much. But I put an outstanding ovation to that. That was hilarious.
Yeah. Like I said, if that wasn't going to be a red alert for you, it was going to be a red alert for me but I knew you were going to take it.
I love it. Yeah.
I could not steal that from you.
No, absolutely. But I didn't have. We discussed this slightly before the show, and just for the fans, as we build our fan base, we try to.
I would say viewers.
With viewers, we'll say viewers maybe.
I don't think there's anyone who cares.
Oh, well, I've got one or two out there now. We don't discuss the episode really before we do this. This is our discussion, and I've always enjoyed that. But when we discuss it, I made the point I didn't have a ton of notes for this.
Yeah. Same here, as it was going, I was writing things down, but this isn't really something I need to write down. I'm just keeping track of what's happening, but I thought I'm probably not going to discuss any of these things. I have 4 pages of notes, but it's not really anything I want to talk about or I need to talk about.
Because the episode, again, I keep saying it was just fun. It was fun to watch the characters be someone else.
Yeah.
Uhura was incredible.
Yeah,
evil Queen Neff to do that because we have seen her and Anson Mount look like they just La'an completely. They all switched. It was so interesting. Like all their personalities were different.
I would say Una is still scary. She's still intimidating. She's still intimidating.
Yes. Una was still scary. She was fun to see.
How cool was Spock though as Paula?
It was cool. Yeah.
The evil wizard. That was.
Yes, absolutely. So the whole episode was fun, and I just sit back and enjoyed it. Because we were just watching someone else, and I don't think there was anything to really call super special attention to outside of the performances and the costumes.
But I think it's just great. Again, we mentioned before in an earlier episode that we wanted more Ortegas, we wanted more Hemmer, and we wanted more Mbenga. And this was really a great chance for him to shine as the star of the episode and put a spotlight on his story, which leads us again to the ending, which is very bittersweet. It is heartbreaking. I mean, bittersweet is the perfect word because it's not a sad ending, but it's not a happy ending. It is so much of both.
Yes.
That it's painful to watch, but it also a relief to know he found a solution.
He did.
For his daughter to keep her alive.
He did.
But mirroring the story, just like the whole episode is, the only way the king can save the princess is by giving up that which he cherished the most, which also turns out to be the princess.
Yes,
So,
that was a fantastic, very Star Trek moral dilemma
yeah,
there when he was
yeah,
faced with that. Hey,
yeah,
she can stay here and she'll never know death.
yeah,
She's welcome to
and
go with you though, and she'll
yeah,
most likely die. That
yeah.
moral dilemma was
We're not going to keep
really
her
good. Yeah,
if
absolutely.
if you don't let us. But know that if she leaves us, that illness is going to come back and she's going to die.
Hmm.
So you have a choice. She could live forever as like this non-corporeal entity that is healthy, happy, and free,
Hmm.
or she could go back to you and be stuck in the transporter pattern buffer or die.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the father had to do that, and that's just heartbreaking.
So I want to bring a point to that because I hear you saying the father has to make this decision, but he turns it over to her.
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, I'm not a parent, but I couldn't fathom having to be faced with that decision and then let alone turning it over to a
yeah.
child. And that's something I wanted to bring up though is that the right thing to do? Is leave such a decision up to such a young girl? Did she
That's
understand what she was doing? Probably.
that's
I don't know.
hard to say. I mean, she's the only one that really knows what this entity was and what
True.
this entity was like.
Hmm.
And I think Mbenga was just like neither course is what he wants.
True. Right.
Neither course is going to get him what he wants. So I think that's why he left it to her. She's the one that knows the entity. She's the one that knows her existence on the ship. Which which is best for you?
Right.
And and when it happened, I marked it down as a yellow alert. This could set up something for the future. But then immediately it came back and we sort of got a resolution right there,
We did.
which I was kind of surprised by it when it happened, and I wasn't sure how I liked it, but then I thought, no, that was kind of the right way to do it, because I don't know if I would want it to drag out with a question mark over its head for a long time,
Hmm.
and thinking that, oh, this man may have just sacrificed his daughter.
Intruder alert on deck 8.
But the fact that she came back and we get that
Yeah.
resolution, I liked it because I didn't want it to drag out. And again, if you leave it and you think he might just sacrifice her, he might have just sent her to this entity that nobody knows. Like, how could he do that? What kind of irresponsible parent is he to
Right.
just be like, yeah, okay, yeah, go with this mysterious thing that just warped our
Right.
brains.
Hmm.
So the fact that she did come back validated his allowance of it happening and
Right.
showing that it was the right choice. So he's still unhappy. It's still heartbreaking for
True.
him, but at least he knows she is alive, happy, at peace out there somewhere.
It's true. Yeah. Yeah. It's like I said, did bring some tears to my eyes when I saw it.
Yeah.
It was a sweet ending to a real fun episode.
And thinking about it again from my perspective, if that was my daughter,
Hmm.
could I let her go?
Right.
Even though I know that's the only thing that can save her, probably.
Hmm.
That's hard.
It's
That
hard.
is hard.
It is,
Yeah,
and
and
that's what
it hurts.
that's what I see as Star Trek. People ask me,
Yeah.
"What is Star Trek?" That the
One of the members of our group, did you see in the Discord? He just posted a message earlier today too that he said that if that was his character there, he has no idea which direction he would take
All right.
with it.
Yeah, and I
And
think
like
that's
that is such a
fantastic.
hard dilemma.
That's
Yeah,
good. That's good.
yeah,
That's it. It makes you think.
yeah. That's what you want in or that's what you like in Star Trek. You don't
Hmm.
always want this clear cut, like, oh, it's this. You don't really want them preaching to you what is the right way. You want both ways to be
Of course.
right and
Yeah.
both ways to be wrong, because it really depends on how you are viewing the situation.
Yes, I agree.
So
All right. Well, do you have anything else? Because I'm finished with my notes at this point.
It was a simple episode, but it was
Yeah.
fun. It was entertaining. It was satisfying. I don't have anything more. It's not a Cybok reveal, but it was just, again, 8 for 8. Strange New Worlds.
Yeah.
This cast, these
It
characters, they are already top tier, locked in as pure Star Trek characters in my mind. And we're not
Absolutely.
even done with the first season. We're not even 10 episodes in.
Right. And I'm going to close out with saying that again, it's 8 for 8, and my expectations for the season finale have now gone high.
Yeah.
I can't possibly dream of what they're going to do for the season finale.
I'm trying not to even think about it. I don't even want, because every week I'm like, you know what? They've been doing good so far.
Yes.
They're bound to have a flop. Like everything has a
It
flop.
happens. It
But
does.
it's like they're so close to a perfect first season
Yes.
that it's shocking.
It is. Absolutely. Well, all right, guys. We really appreciate you guys watching us. And for any of you guys out there that are watching and having a good time with us, reach out to us. Communicate, talk, like, comment, all that fun stuff. Let us know what you think. We'll answer some questions for you. We'd love to do that. You can also reach us on social media. Bill has those.
Yes, you can. Yeah, Twitter or Instagram. We're at the Final FM. That's us.
All right, guys. And again, we really thank you for watching us. We have had a great time doing these videos. And until next time, live long and prosper.
Peace and bone.